Yo, what's up guys, welcome back. Monarchs, finally, they have arrived in the TCG. I'm getting my structure decks tomorrow at locals. This is currently my deck list, or at least what I would be running if I would enter a tournament. Still testing things out, so feel free to give feedback, comments, yeah, and so on. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. The 3 Aether, 3 Rebus, I think it's staple. They'll get your engine going. The Chaos, the Mega Chaos, and the Mega Testalos, I still like in the main deck. Some people prefer not running Mega Chaos, maybe running multiple Testalos, but I think both are fine at one. Chaos ripping the opponent's field apart if you can tribute a Dark Monster for it, and the Testalos free information about the opponent's hand is always nice. Then Kuras is, I think you have to run Kuras, and it's up to you how many copies you want to run in the main deck. I think one is fine, just to special summon it off of Aether. Then again, people maybe want to run multiple Kuras, just in case if you happen to open with it or draw into your Kuras, just to have the option open to special summon it from Aether, just in case if you want to disrupt an opponent's play, or yeah, just in case in the mirror match, for example, your opponent's activating a Stormfort, you can chain Aether, special summon Kuras, use Kuras effect to blow up your monster so your opponent won't have any tributes to tribute for. Then again, is that a great play? Not really sure. But it's something that could be important in a mirror match. And then the one-tagged Majesty's Fiend, I think, yeah, it's an endless debate if you should run Vanity's Fiend or Majesty's Fiend in the main deck. Definitely side deck, nonetheless, definitely side deck, multiple copies of both Majesties and Vanities, but for now I prefer Majesty's Fiend over Vanity's Fiend, simply because Tenacity, at least Majesty's Fiend can be revealed with Tenacity to get a Surge, while Vanity's Fiend cannot, and both cards do suffer from a few weaknesses. Part Naga, for example, or Mirror Conductor are prime examples to get over the Fiends here, but yeah, it's up to you again, how many copies you want to main deck, or if you want to side deck them, definitely side deck. Triple Return of the Monarch is, I think, yeah, I wasn't really too happy with it being at 1, not really sure about the card, but now I'm testing it out at 3 in the deck, just being able to reveal it off of Pantheism 3 times, so your opponent is forced to pick the return. That's kind of crucial. Same with Dominion. Dominion is very crucial against the Pepe matchup. I don't think I need to explain why, but at 3 in the main deck, again crucial if you want to reveal it with your Pantheism. And then think for the rest, yeah, Triple Veiler last but not least, and then a few example duels. Triple Veiler in the main deck over Maxi. Maxi is something I'd really like to main deck next to Twin Twister, 2 cards. I'd really like to find some space in the main deck, but Triple Veiler, I'd like a negation a little bit more better compared to just draw, since yeah, if you activate Maxi on your opponent and your opponent is still able to OTK you after that, yeah, after you drawing like 5 or 6 cards, what are those draws going to do, right? And if you're not playing something like a Battle Fader or Veiler paired up with Maxi, then there's no really purpose of Maxi letting you draw into more cards if you don't main deck any form of defense. So I'd rather play the full negation counter, yeah, hand traps in the form of Triple Veiler. Ghost Ogre might be an option, although I think I still prefer Veiler over this. But both Maxi and Twin Twister are very high on my list to try to find some space to main deck them. Yeah, a few example duels. So a few duels against Cosmos and against Pepe. Just again, I think we already know how the matchups are the weaknesses of the Monarch deck. You know, currently I'm starting, my opponent let me start, but if I have the chance, I always go second. It's just better to have that extra card, you know, the 2 card combinations and the big weaknesses of Monarchs. If your idea or Eidos gets Veilered or noticed or whatever, the deck can't really do anything, right, unless you have Escalation to tribute summon during your opponent's turn, or also have the Aether during your opponent's turn. But other than that, I think I always let my opponent start in any matchup. That's also one of the reasons why I'm contemplating on main decking more hand traps, just to make sure that I open with multiple hand traps if the opponent gets to start. Then again, the deck, yeah, you don't really want to sacrifice too much consistency here of the deck, since it's so crucial. I mean, back in the day with Frog Monarchs, there was the brick chance of either opening all tributes or opening all tribute fodder, like the Vassals, the Stormfort and so on, and no Monarchs at all. And this problem, or the problem from back then, still exists, so consistency is still a big issue here of the deck. But yeah, from the moment you get your engine running with Pantheism, with your smaller Vassals, I think you rarely can lose the duel. Here the Dominion, very important, but March as well. I still like one March in the main deck, just able to search it off of your Tenacity to protect your Monarchs against the hand traps like Veiler. Solemn Notice as well, the effect is negated but the monster is not destroyed, so I still like that one March in the main deck. Although the card is still very vulnerable to something like Twin Twister. Next to Dominion, in something like the Pepe match, you most of the time will have your Dominion on your side of the field, and when you try to activate your March and then your opponent chaining that Twin Twister is from then on it's probably game over. So it's still, I'm not really sure, but for now I think one March on the Monarch is still fine in the main deck here. Yeah, it's also something that I previously didn't do in my playtesting. Veiler on Joker, I'd rather just keep Veiler on the, they always go for Infinity, you know, so I think it's just better to keep Veiler on the, yeah, what is it called, on the Exceed, Ptolemaios. I think that's much better. Okay, your opponent will get a few searches due to Wizard, due to Joker, Monkey Board and so on, but I think Cyber Dragon Infinity is a bigger threat here. You're also very crucial is to put the Monarch on Chainlink 1 and your Return on Chainlink 2. This way, if your opponent has something like a Solemn Notice, they cannot activate it as a direct response to the Monarch's effect, so this way his Notice is useless. So yeah, again, Chainlinks, very important. Yeah, the one Kuras here wasn't an option due to March. Kinda a downside here of March, like contradicting with Kuras, but I think it's still very important to cards like Raigeki Darkhole, preventing your opponent from getting rid of your tribute summoned monsters, so that your Dominion is still intact on your side of the field. But yeah, probably March for games 2 and 3 when the opponent is side-decking Mask of Restrict, or even maybe, what is it called, like Fog King, for example, also very crucial for the mirror match. I think March is less effective, and you have to side-deck your own counter parts like multiple MSTs, maybe Trap Eater, but I'm not really a huge fan of Trap Eater, Mystical Space Typhoon's Twin Twister, to combat those side deck cards from the opponent. And as you saw in the last duel here, yeah, the Veiler on idea, if the opponent is able to stop your normal summon for the turn, and yeah, that's still the biggest weakness here of the deck. So probably what I'm trying to do now is maybe fit in a few Maxis. Twin Twister is still not really sure if I should main deck that or not, depends on the metagame, right? Megazoborg, not really a huge fan of main deck Megazoborg, but it's definitely an option to maybe side deck it against the Performances and Pals, to just nuke itself and nuke their extra deck. The Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode together with that Sea Turtle, the Kaiju card, to get rid of your opponent's Cyber Dragon Infinity, or Naturia Beast could be crucial, although if Mask of Restrict is face up, that can be a problem. Fog King, of course, for the mirror match. I think 3 Fog King is insta-staple for the side deck, and then yeah, the Vanities and the Majesty's Fiend. It's still, for me, it's a question, should I main deck those multiple Majesties, multiple Vanities, main deck, definitely side deck, but I'm still testing that out. Mithra is an option in the main deck over one Eidos, but for the moment I still prefer one Eidos. And last, a possible artifact engine is something I'm contemplating on testing with site Sanctum, but that's for now seems a little bit inconsistent for me. But yeah, guys, again, if you have any opinions about the deck, suggestions, feel free to leave those down below. Thanks for watching, and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.